From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Sandy Kastel.
Good morning and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. I've got Dave here letting me out of the car here because I got stuck. My car wasn't working. The battery was dead, so I had to switch everything over to the red car. So here I am. That's right. Thank you, Dave. Curbside service. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
Well, good morning. That's what happens when you buy a cheap car.
Yeah, I guess so. I'll have to go see that Lexus dealership today.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, everybody out there in radio land, it happened to my Mercedes. The batteries just go. They just
I can't
die.
believe it, though, because, you know, I'm driving it every day. You would think that the battery would be okay. It'd be charging every day, right?
Right, exactly.
But last night, I took the red car, and maybe my Lexus got jealous.
It could have. It could have. You know, but it's funny,
Yeah.
and it happens. Remember that day it happened? Well, one thing nice about Lexus, what you do is you pick up the phone, and you tell them what happened, and they will send somebody out to put a new battery into the car, which is
Well, good. We better stick with them right now.
Oh, yeah.
So here
I am. Hi.
Let me turn off my phone here. There we go. That is funny. I just pushed on the button, you know, Michael, and it just went click, 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 click. Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you? How's the family? Anyway, what a wonderful day today. It's a wonderful day like today. I could kiss everybody. La 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 dee, la 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 dee, la la dee. It's amazing.
What the heck is that?
It's amazing. I can open my mouth in the morning and just start to sing. Ain't that crazy?
You know,
Other
Michael,
people have to they have to warm up. Not me.
I've been thinking about what are we going to do with the TV show?
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to invite some guests over to the house, I think, and have you cook for them.
Well, you know, we took
Wouldn't that
a
be
look at
wonderful?
what we were doing, and we really don't want to change the format of the show. Okay?
No, we like the format.
Yeah, the format of me and Sandy, because before we did that, you know, Chef Michael goes in the kitchen and we do
Me.
some cooking.
And my shadow. Hey, where's my background music?
As I was saying, folks. And then what you do
he's so
is that
serious
I would
today.
turn around and just, you know, I would go into the kitchen and cook, and then that would be my segment, and then that's it. You don't see me for the rest of the show. You know, that's it, and then it's the
There might be some
entertainment.
benefits to that. Oh,
There could be, which is fine. It's fine with me.
no, you know, I was sitting there. I was doing some of the interviews the other day, and David was filming. And I was sitting there, and I was thinking, gosh, where's Chef Michael? Where's Chef Michael? And he's over in the chair. He's smoking a cigar. He's relaxing. I said, I don't know. Something might not be right about this. So,
No, you're right, San. And, you know, did you tell him the news? Our news?
what news? No, I just got out of the car.
Oh. Well, thank God we have a few cars.
Well, go ahead. Tell him the news.
For Friday?
Sure. Tell him.
Sure.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. You know,
We'll
I
talk-
have no idea.
We'll talk
You know.
over the commercial, and then we'll make.
I have no idea what news he's talking about. Anyway, oh
good
yes, I
news.
do. We've got All for One. All for One. You know that great group? Yes, they are going to be singing on our show. They're going to be Skyping in. And actually, John, you're going to be able to film them. I don't know how you're going to do that. Film them, film us. I don't know. You'll have to bring 2 cameras or a dozen cameras. I don't know. You'll figure it out. What are you doing, Michael?
I'm over here.
What are you doing?
I'm-
Texting?
No, I'm not texting.
Who are you
The
texting?
funniest thing you've ever seen
What are you
in your
doing?
life. Wonderful things are happening
I
right now.
can tell you're distracted, though.
Oh, no, I'm never distracted.
Give me that phone.
No,
Give
ma'am.
me that
When
phone
we
so I can
have
throw it
wonderful
out the
people
door.
out there
Yeah,
texting
you notice
us.
he moves it away from me.
Last night we went to go see.
Let's see who's texting me. Okay.
We went to go see our buddy at Shakey's.
Our buddy, our pal. Yes, Shiny Mohawk
Shiny
Jason was
Mohawk
playing
Johnson.
there. That's right, with Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones. and
That's right. We saw Marilyn B was there, and we saw Pam E. Williams. She
Yeah,
was there
baby.
Too. Yeah. Oh, what a voice on that girl.
Yeah, what a great time
Oh,
we
my
had. You know,
God.
and it's hard for Sandy
Got a
and
little
I
R&B,
because we don't really, you know, believe it or not.
Blues.
See, that's why we need to do the show together. Because
What?
This is stuff
You know,
that's
it's
left
so
out.
amazing.
No.
Whenever I'm talking and he talks at the same time, I don't just stop. But every time I say a word, he didn't obviously grow up in a family with 3 girls, because if you grew up in a family with 3 girls,
I didn't.
And my mom.
Let me tell you something.
I mean, when we all got together, it was like all of us chattering at the same time, but it was okay because we knew exactly.
My mother had 7.
One would quit, and the other one would get right in there.
My mother had 17
you have to know
children.
When to get in there, when to get out.
17 children my mother had. 16 girls.
Yeah, but none of them were living with you.
And 1 boy. Every time my father touched his belt, my mother was pregnant.
What was in that belt? Holy cow.
I don't know. But anyway, Shiny Mohawk Johnson did a great job last night.
Oh, yeah.
We
it
were
was
so
really
proud
good.
of him, and he was so excited that we went into place.
Yeah, he did a blues song.
He did a blues. He did every day. I got the blues every day.
That's why every day
I got the blues. Yeah. Anyway.
And Bobby Jones, he was singing all those really
the Barry White style, like you know what I mean. You'll never find
songs,
And then we went to the Tap House.
Tap House. We were at the Tap House.
We haven't been
saw
there.
Mark
We haven't
Giove.
been. And it was incredible. And we went to see Mark Jehovah because he got the charts. We had to pick him up.
That's right.
And
Dad, I've got the charts in the car, so okay, and I'll drop them off to you this afternoon so you can have them for the rehearsal Wednesday and Thursday night.
And as always, Mark was absolutely spectacular.
Amazing.
Steve Johnson on the saxophone. I don't know who the guitar player was. I forgot the kid's name. Dave?
Yeah.
And on drums, I'm going to give the drummer. What's his name?
Maybe it's Steve.
Tony Sacca's right-hand man. What's
Tony Sacca? Ron Garrett. What about Ron Garrett?
No. Tony's the kid that plays the drums for Tony.
Oh, Tony. Mike Tremontana.
Mike Tremontana.
Yeah, Mike
I got such a
Tremontana
kick
on
out of
drums.
Mike Tremontana performing. He didn't crack a smile.
He looked so serious.
The kid looked like they embalmed him. He just sat down and he played. He's a good drummer. He's a nice guy. I know him a long time.
Now, next time he's going to be going...
At least he's got all his hair, God bless him. But we had a great time over there. We had the chicken wings, and they were great. And me and Sandy are on a diet, because we get up in the morning and we're always blowed up. It's funny, John, when you get a certain age.
Who's this from?
All of us. Stop with the phone, please.
No, somebody said something about everybody must drain their battery. Somebody sent me a post about, they said, FYI, everyone must check car battery every 6 months. Desert drains battery. Vegas Fern. That was Vegas Fern.
Hey, let me tell you something, Vegas Fern.
That tip.
Why don't you do yourself a favor and lift up the hood of a Mercedes?
Yeah, you can.
Or a Lexus, or a Chrysler, any of these cars today. You can't get in there with a
wedge.
With a wedge. I mean, it ain't like it was years ago. Remember, my father, he used to tune up his car. He actually used to get a mop. And he put the mop, the mop handle. He'd stick it on the engine, and he would listen. Weird stuff. People did some weird stuff years ago.
My dad used to take apart the engine and bring it in. He would bring it into the kitchen table. I still have that oak table today. It's our grandmother. It's my great-great-grandmother's and Grandma Rose. It's
Grandma Rose.
It's an oak table, and it had so many coats of paint on it. It had about 10 coats of paint on it. I did take off all the coats of paint. But he used to bring in the engines from the cars. He would lay down the newspaper, put the big, huge, these huge engines are like this, and he'd put it up on the table in the kitchen and take that thing apart and clean out the pistons and, those big things, with the knobs on them, the pistons and stuff. He'd clean all that stuff out on the table, and my mom really didn't like it.
I tell you, we had a great run here. We had a lot of fun. We really and truthfully had a wonderful time.
You're saying that like it's in the past.
Well, no, I'm saying, when Mary Tyler Moore remember when they closed the show? They all hugged, and then they were hugging. They walked this way, they walked backwards. First of all, before I go any further, our number is 731-1230. I'm going to ask our
702-731-1230.
I want to ask our friends to pick up a phone. Give us a call. Tell us what's on your mind.
Put a dime in the phone.
Yeah, a dime in the phone. A dime in the phone.
Remember the phone booths?
I remember. It's funny. I seen the Cub Scouts.
Superman would come out of the phone booth. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. He was gay.
Hey. Which one?
He was what's that? They all were.
No,
I'm only kidding you. There was the Cub Scouts in front of Smith's.
Christopher Reeves was kind of cute as Superman.
It's a sin for that kid. What happened to him? I'll be honest with you, the Cub Scouts.
Cub
were
Scouts.
there. Now, I'm 62 years old. The last time that I was in the Cub Scouts, I was 10. That is 52 years ago.
Holy cow, that's a long time ago.
52 years ago. So this little kid comes up to me and he says, "Sir, would you like to buy some candy or whatever?"
Cookies.
Cookies or whatever the kid wanted.
That's Girl
Which
Scout.
I already bought.
What do boys? Yeah.
And I looked at him and I put my right hand up with my two fingers, and this is what I said.
What'd you say?
And it was funny. The Cub Master was looking at me. I said, "I promise to do my best, to do my duty to God and to my country, and obey the laws of the pack." And the guy looked at me. He said, "Buddy, you remembered that?" I said, "I never forgot that." And my den mother was Mrs. Falzone. Now you got to remember, in Philadelphia, South Philly, it was all Italians. She made the best garlic bread, Sandy, you've ever tasted in your life.
The best?
She made homemade bread that she would roll in a dough like a sandwich.
Yeah.
And she put fresh garlic and the olive oil, and she'd bake it in the oven. And that woman, she made, it was incredible.
That sounds good.
You know, and it was amazing. So many times, all of us at the age of 60, I'm sure, you know, when the lights go out and it's quiet at night, many times I reflect of years ago.
And do you say that?
Of the very most pleasant time.
I know he said it to me one
I
night.
promise to do my best to do my duty.
That's what he said to me one night.
To God and to my country. Who's on the phone?
Jan. Hi, Jan.
Hey,
How are
Jan.
you?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Jan who?
Hey, I just wanted to say to you, I am so excited for you and the next and your TV show thing that you're going to be doing. This is so fantastic.
Thank you.
You know, Jan, I'll tell you why we did it. Because, you know, many radio shows that are out there is like watching paint dry. And what happens is that me and Sandy came on, and we were just ourselves. I was crazy. Stuff I said about the blacks, about the. Let me keep quiet when she's done singing this.
Come on.
Girl,
You always have to be quiet. I don't
it's all
understand it.
right.
I
I'm
never
just
do
talking,
that
but
to
it's
you.
all right, sweetheart. I'm easy.
You know, it's so funny. You know, he can interrupt me anytime he wants, and it's okay. You know, but the
Anyway,
minute I
Jan,
say something,
Jan, let me get back with you. So anyway, what happened was that we came on the show, and you know how I joked about the Jews and about the blacks and about the Italians and about the Irish. You know, it's kind of funny, and it's amazing. We never once got one complaint.
We love it. We love it because you're so real and natural, and you say what we are all thinking.
all right.
Thank you, Jan. Jan, let me ask you a question. All jokes aside, because you know we're coming to a close, you know, with our show, and we're moving on to a higher level. And let me tell you, everybody can watch us on
I don't know
TV
if it's
now.
a higher level. That's debatable. You know, TV, radio. I don't know if it's higher or not.
TV?
It's just a matter,
Well, you know,
it's just a
it's
different
different.
source.
People
you know?
could watch us.
People have all kinds of sources. You know, a lot of people are listening on the internet. You know,
Yep.
they're still going to be able to find us on the internet.
Oh, of course.
And they're still going to be able to, you know, see us and you know, just like John. You know, ever since we started this show, we've been taping it and putting it out on YouTube, so people have been able to turn around and watch what we're doing
Right.
in the studio later on in the afternoon.
But it's nice to sit home, put on Channel 6, whatever time
Or
that
33.
or 33, and all of a sudden there's Sandy
25.
Kastel, the beautiful Sandy Kastel, and there's Chef Michael. I got to tell you, folks, Sandy's doing we're doing some incredible things. She's doing fat and fabulous, fabulous and fat, or what is it?
Stay fat and fabulous forever.
I mean, stay fat.
That was wonderful, Michael.
Anyway, whatever that she's doing, that everybody's staying in shape. You'll get a chance to watch that, and then we're doing a cooking show with Sienna.
Fit and fabulous.
Fit and fabulous. I said fat and fabulous. Fit and fabulous. Then we're doing a karate thing where people could do
And
something.
besides, everything's in the eye of the beholder.
Sure.
And I got to tell you, Jan, you know,
Yes.
hello.
I'm here.
Are you a size 2?
Yeah, with another 2 with it.
Yeah, there you go. So, you know, there's a lot of zeros. I don't know where they got this size 0 all of a sudden. You know, you go into women, men don't know anything about this, but you go into a store and they have size 0. What is 0? 0's nothing. I was never a 0. You know, I never will be a 0. You know, it's size-wise. And
you don't stop eating the ice cream, you'll never be zero.
for sure. But you know, in some cultures, you know, a man's wealth is measured by the girth of his wife. You know, and isn't that right, Michael?
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
And I think
I'm
it must be
Italian.
Italian.
I'm Italian.
He's
We
trying
don't
to
like.
increase my
I'm
girth.
telling you, we do not like skinny chicks. We like a girl. Let me tell you. You got. Let me listen carefully, Jan. You got Zoftic, and you got corpulent. Look it up what the word corpulent means and look up what the word Zoftic means. The word Zoftic was Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield. Okay? These were women that were Zoftic. They were, these girls were built.
And you know what? If you look back through the history, and especially, what was that period in the 30s and stuff, that famous painter that did the beautiful women?
Jolet. Jolet.
Reuben
Jolet.
Reuben. The thing of it is we come in all shapes and sizes. So Fit and Fabulous Forever is not about changing you and trying to fit everybody into the same size dress. Okay, what it's about is taking you where you are at and helping you to remain fit and fabulous forever. And if that means, playing a game of golf, that means going to play tennis, it means swimming, if it means, enjoying Pai Gow with your friends, I don't know, but what we're doing is we are offering you choices. We are taking you around town, showing you what's available here in Las Vegas for you to join in on. Like our dance class. I do a dance class, with Angela Moyo, and it's over at Backstage Dance Studios. So we've already filmed that. Now I just started up again with Sherry Goldstein over at her yoga studio over on Buffalo and West Sahara. She also has another place on the east side in Henderson. And it's so funny because I decided yesterday to go to Truffles and Bacon, which is a fabulous little cafe over in the Antique Mall over in Henderson. And I texted Pirko, Jolet's wife, and I said, why don't you meet me over there? I'm going to meet George over there, Polera. We all met over there at Truffles and Bacon. And do you know that Pirko had just gone to a yoga class over at Sherry Goldstein's place over in Henderson? So here we are, at the opposite side of the town, doing the same thing. So we're going to be getting together with the mermaids, the local mermaids that we have here.
Topless, too.
The synchronized swimmers. We've got, let's see, the Set and Surf, which is over. We're going to do that with Roxy, Michelle.
Not Roxy, Michelle.
Roxy,
wow.
Davis. Yeah.
My sister.
A lot of different things we're going to be doing. And also, then we're going to do some fashion things. We're with Nan over at White House Black Market.
Not Nan.
And Janice Marie over at Equigi.
We've also my sister, Jen.
And then we're going to take Michael shopping
was a size 14. My sister was a size 14 when she got married. My father bought her a corsage. You couldn't see it. She was so big. We had to call the florist and we had to order her a casket spray to put on her, to get her down the aisle. And her husband was a Mexican guy who walked down the aisle sideways because she took the whole aisle up as she walked. It was my size 14. Now, I didn't see my sister for about 18 years, believe it or not. I go back to Philadelphia to visit my family. This is years ago. Now, my sister went from a size 14 to a size 44. She was humongous. I didn't recognize her. She got from Zoffic and went to corpulent. Well, anyway, my sister bent over to pick some up, and I said to my father, Pop, when did you put a petition in the house? There's a crack in the wall. He said, it's your sister's ass. He said, what are you talking about? I'm telling you what my father said.
Is that nice?
Shame on you.
So you see what I mean, Jen? That's why this show has to be televised.
Of course, for TV, we might.
One more thing, Jan, before I make you run. I know you've been a fan. All jokes aside, was there any
Oh, sorry.
Was there any memorable?
Oh, sorry.
Was there any memorable show or anything that I said or Sandy said that you remembered that you could remember or that stuck out in your mind?
I'll tell you what, the YouTubes of Smith are fabulous, and Sandy singing Indiana Rain. Oh my God, I cry every time I listen to that.
Is that a great song? We got to really get that song out. Well, you know something? We thank you, Jan. We really mean that. And you said a mouthful. You said, you say what we think. And I got to tell you something. I was blessed not only to be in love with Sandy and for us to be a couple, but to for her to allow me, truthfully, to let me be myself. There was a couple times that I did the show alone without her here. She had business, and I handled the show with some special guests. I never felt right without her.
Right.
I didn't feel there was something for me. Yeah, the show was good. It was funny. But for me as an individual, I didn't feel comfortable at all in any way, shape, or form. I hope to see you on...
It's kind of like Lucy and Ricky, and Jan, you're familiar with them, right? Did you see the old reruns of Lucy? I Love Lucy. And they were a team, they were a pair. They were a couple.
It was. And it was spontaneous. And our friends, which is the Grossos, we know them as Fred Mertz and Ethel, okay? Because they owned an apartment complex, and Fred had some money. Not as much money as Carl. I mean, nobody in the world has as much money as the Grossos,
oh
the billionaires! But anyway...
Hey, we were over there. Speaking of money, we were over there the other night, and they turned on their fire pit that Bill Tanner, the T-Bird. That's right, and you should see it. It is absolutely beautiful. But it's interesting, because it's shaped in it's this big, long rectangle and stuff, and we're all sitting there talking, and then all of a sudden Bill said, "Oh yeah, you know what he uses to fuel the fire? $100 bills."
and I tell you, if I didn't see it to believe it, Jan, that the thing wouldn't turn on. Carl Grosso took out his wallet, rolled up $100 bill, lit it on fire to turn on the. I said, "Look at this son of a! You believe this guy?"
That's how we discovered that's where he buried the safe.
He buries the safe underneath the fire pit.
So nobody's going to go in there.
Well, Jan, October 19th, we're doing a show at the Canyon Gate Country Club.
That's right.
It's $35 a ticket. Sit down dinner. I went over the menu yesterday. Eggplant Parmesan, chicken Marsala, beautiful antipasto. It's a 16-piece band. My father-in-law, the future father-in-law, Dick Kastel, is going to conduct the band. I got Sandy Kastel is going to be singing. Myself, David DaCosta, Peter Pavone, Mark Jehovy, the great Jimmy Melodor. We only got 3 tables left, Jen, of 10.
Yep.
We'd love for you to get a ticket. It's going to be an event you'll never forget because, truthfully, first of all, the money goes to charity, number one,
WEMA.
for the WEMA Association. $35 a ticket with a sit-down dinner. You can't go to lunch today without picking up a $50 tab with no dinner. So if you'd like to come to the show, we just give Sandy a call. Sandy, what's the number?
702 348-5707. I forgot my number, 348-5707.
Yes. Well, I'm definitely going to have to do that. I'm in a predicament of a parking space right now, so I'm going to have to let you go.
Thank you.
Okay. Well,
best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, Jan.
Thank you, Jan.
Have a great day.
We love you, Jan. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
God bless you,
Keep
Jan.
posted. Facebook.
You got it.
Thank you, Jan.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. See what I'm trying to say, Sandy? It's amazing when you hear from the fans that are out there, and I always worried, I hope I didn't offend anybody.
Guess what I get to sing?
What do you sing? All right, I got to go.
I got to see that Bette Midler song. I want some hugging and some squeezing and some mugging and some teasing and some stuff like that there.
Yeah, sure. What do you think about that, John?
It's from that show. What was that show? For the Boys. Remember that show, For the Boys?
For the Boys.
Bette Midler and James Caan.
Yeah, Where the Boys
they
Are.
were in that show. No.
Where the Boys Are.
Where the Boys Are.
Who sang
That
it?
was a different song.
Who sang
I don't know. Connie Francis?
Very good, Sandy.
Oh my
What
God,
year?
I got it
What
right.
year?
1954.
No.
I don't know.
Not 1962. That was great. That was Hamilton.
It was a good guess.
Remember that? And
It was a guess.
Yvette Mimieux? Is that her name? Vignette Mimieux?
Mimiette. Yvette.
Oh, Yvette Mimieux.
Well, I knew it had a name
Yvette
in there.
Mimieux was in it, which was great.
Mimieux.
But you know what movie I loved her in?
What?
With Rod Taylor and The Time Machine, 1963.
Oh, my gosh.
What a great movie.
I want to send a shout out to Don Usherson.
Yeah, Don.
Where have you been hiding?
He forgot
Give
us.
us a call,
Don
Here
forgot us.
I know he had to go down to Arizona. He had some family issues. But, we miss you, Don. Would love to hear from you. Give us a call. And, all of our friends, like we were saying, keep in touch with us through Facebook.
Right.
We're going to be on Channel 6 and 33. It'll be 6 on Cox Communications. It'll be 33 on Prime or on DirecTV. And Dish. Thank you so much for that, John.
Really?
And who do we have on the phone? Ricky
Not
Cash.
Ricky Cash. You bald-headed son of a... What's up,
I saw
buddy?
a few hairs on there.
What's that? What's up, Rick? What's up, buddy?
What's going on there? I'm hearing things like
What's
they're coming
going
to a close.
on?
Is my favorite radio show going off the air?
Well, we're taking a little hiatus because we're going to TV.
We're going to television.
And I've got to take a little time to go to L.A. You know, I got to go see my acupuncturist.
You know, it's funny, Ricky. Many times we could have did a rerun, and I'm going to tell everybody something.
We don't like reruns.
I want to tell you something out in Radio
Unless,
Land.
of course, we're making millions.
Many times, Sandy and I, we got up, and many days, sometimes we really don't feel good, and we were working all day.
I always feel good.
Yeah, she feels great. And one thing about Sandy, she said the show must go on. You know, so people get up and they say to me, "Oh, you wake up jovial every day. You have happy." Well, listen, we got problems like everybody else. We worry about a billion different things. But one thing that we done,
my battery was out today, Ricky.
Right. One thing that we do. We really care about people. We really do. And I want you to know something, everybody in Radio Land, that Ricky Cash and Erin, am I say that correctly?
You did.
Erin Phillips.
Gosh.
They're coming with us no matter what we do. We're going to do something. We love KLAV Radio. We could never thank. They gave us
and
our
Lotus
break.
Broadcasting,
and Lotus Broadcasting.
Wonderful
but what
team
happened
here.
is, you know, it's just like, and I hate to mention, just like Sienna's, we just were too big, you know, to perform. We needed a bigger place. And what's happening right now, we got so much that we're doing. This is time for television. And now it'll give a bigger, broader base because the 90,000 viewers that, you know, listeners will become viewers that will add to watch the television show.
Well,
and
yeah.
Saturday and Sunday.
There's a lot of things we're doing.
Yeah, a lot of things we're doing.
Yeah, we've got a lot of works, a lot of projects in the works.
Got a Christmas show coming up.
Christmas show coming
Hanukkah
up.
show.
We've got on the 19th, of course, you know, you're going to be there, Ricky, you know, with us at the Canyon Gate Country Club.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Okay.
If you guys are 1/10 as good on television as you have been on radio, it's going to blow up. It's going to be the best show out there.
Well,
and I wish you the best of luck.
You know, Ricky, that's why we were talking earlier, you know, and I said, Michael, you know, I'm not so sure, you know, we're doing these sections, and I love doing the different segments because, you know, Staying Fit and Fabulous Forever, that's a great segment. We've got Cooking with Chef Michael. He's going into the kitchen with all these different chefs, and as a matter of fact, he's going to go into the kitchen with the chef at Canyon Gate Country Club this week. Of course, it won't be aired until a little bit later, but he's going into the kitchen and working with all these different chefs, which is wonderful. But also, I want to get us all around the table in the kitchen, him cooking for us, just like we did a couple of those shows, a couple of those Monday shows, and bring our guests right into the kitchen and to have breakfast or lunch or dinner with us.
Exactly.
And interview them right there. You know, have them join in and help with the cooking, and I think that'll be a lot of fun for our TV audience.
And, you know, Don Usherson said something that, he said a mouthful. He said, Mike, you got a 10,000 square foot home. You live on the 18th hole of Canyon Gate. He says, you guys are the funniest. You guys crack me up. He says, you can do it anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a casino. It doesn't have to be in a restaurant.
And there's something intimate about being in your home. And whether it's a 10,000 square foot home, 4,000 square foot home, 2,000 square foot, it doesn't really matter.
Or a box.
You know, it's all about, you know, the people that are there with you and the family and the friends and, you know, all of our extended family, which we've, you know, gathered a lot of people. We're so blessed, and we want to thank everybody, all of our listeners and everybody that's been supportive of us, and Rima, and also Chris Hans over at Canyon Gate Country Club. Go ahead, Michael. Talk about Chris.
No, Chris, I just would, like Sandy said, we want to give a shout out because, you know, we went to him and I said, Chris, I need a favor from you. He said, what do you need?
We need a spot.
I said, we need a spot. I said, Sienna's, you know, me and Sandy care about our customer.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Sienna's. You know,
we love the great people. You know, Giancarlo. I mean, I love the guy. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
Jackie.
Yeah, and his lovely girlfriend. Anyway, they were getting married. I got a toaster from. I guess I got to send it back. Anyway, what happened is that
Antonio
and his partner, nice guy, really nice guy. Anyway, I did all these accolades. Okay, so much for these guys. So the bottom line is that, you know, we looked at the place and I wanted to do something special, but it's like fitting a big round peg in a small square hole.
Or a square peg into a round hole.
Right. And I says, you know, Sam, we're going to get some unhappy customers. They're not going to be able to see the show. The camera crew, what did David Taylor, camera guy, say? Like, how am I going to take these shots?
It's just like Joanne Toronto. You know, we were with them last night at the Tap House, and I want to send a thanks out to them because they shared their table with us, and it was wonderful because, you know, when you walk into the Tap House after 7 o'clock and those tables get filled up and there's no place to sit, you got to stand, and they said, why don't you join us? And we did. We stayed with them, and we watched Mark Giovi. But, Joanne bought, I think, 5 or 6 or 7 tickets for, the show for the 19th. And, of course, she says, I want a good seat. Because she was one of the first people who bought tickets. And, of course, even though we love Sienna's, it's just, and they've done that renovation over there, and it's really, really cool. It has a cool vibe over there. It still doesn't give us perfect seats for everybody to watch the show. So this way at Canyon Gate Country Club, we have everybody can sit right in front of us or right to the side of us. They're going to be able to see us. Everybody will have a good seat.
Great. And a shout out, Rick, just so you know, to the Tuscany for Lou.
Tuscany
that I'll see
Grill.
tonight. There's a guy that actually is putting more tables in to accommodate a lighting system so they can see us on Wednesday night. So, again, like I said, God, and I always give glory to the Lord up above.
Empowering artists of all ages through education, education, mentoring, and scholarships. And we started out as women in music and arts and have been joined by so many of the men in the community, in the arts community, performers, entertainers, artists, that now it's women and men in music and arts. And I want to send a big thank you out to everybody who supports us. All you have to do is go to WIMA or WIMAfoundation.org. That's WIMA Foundation.org. WIMA Foundation.org. And you can become a member for just $35 a year. You can make a donation, any amount, any denomination is welcome, because what we do is we're raising money for scholarships for the arts. And we want to thank you. We want to thank Let's Talk About Your Hair over there.
I love
Peter,
them guys.
Anthony and Stephanie. Yes, they're teamed up with us. Smith's Food and Drug over there in West Sahara and Durango. We've got
I love
Salvation Army, which we've teamed up with, and we just raised some money for them over at with the White House Black Market, which is another sponsor of ours.
Get out!
Yeah, we raised some money for them for their event that they had last week, and then also we're going to be doing some more for them at our next WIMA event that is coming up on the 19th.
Right, the WIMA.
We're going to have one of those red. What do they call it? The red bucket. The red bucket that they hand out, that they have there so people can make donations for the Salvation Army. And it's amazing, a few dollars goes a long way, because whatever they get in donations, they can go buy pallets of food and pallets of water for everybody that's homeless out there.
But let's not forget the greatest shout out of them all.
Truffles and bacon.
You just mentioned them.
No, I don't. Not in just that last little brief.
But I want to give the greatest shout out.
The greatest shout out to who?
To Smith's.
I did.
I know.
I said.
Right.
Smith's Food and Drug. Tom Stunek.
Tom Stunek. I got to tell you.
As a matter of fact, he's going to be coming to
the show. We got to get the letter. I got to tell you.
That's right.
And I got to tell you, Tom, thank you so much, because they stood behind us from day one. They gave us the break to shoot that show inside Smith's. And I said, I got to change the sign now.
Cafe de Cebu.
They're adorable.
De Cebu.
I got to change the sign at Smith's now.
I know. We're going to make a new sign. And you know what, Michael? I think we should. I think we should do a cutout with you and me. Like we have the cutout of me. I don't think so. Shopping at Smith's. Look at that. Shopping at Smith's. Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be cute?
No, I'm going to tell you something, folks. It's really not about me. All jokes aside. It's really Sandy. Sandy's really...
Oh, yeah.
Lucy was the star of the show, and Ricky was a big part of it.
Well, no, actually, in that situation, you are right. In that situation, I didn't say in our situation.
I'm trying to be nice. You really don't want to tell the truth, do you?
Because in that situation, she was the biggest part of the show.
She was.
But in our situation, Michael is behind the drums. He's behind the microphone. He's on camera. He's in the radio show. He's on TV. He's everywhere you look. And he's in the kitchen.
People don't know. Only John Stiles knows what I do behind the scenes for the shows, between the cooking, the shopping, the cleaning, the phone calls,
the cars, the clean. I clean the kitchen, though.
Yeah. Of course. You hire that girl to come in.
No.
What?
Well, I have to hire help.
Now she hires help.
The grease is so thick.
But the fun that we have is tremendous. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that let me tell you something, folks. Listen to me, all of you out there.
We're listening.
Do something for yourself. If you help a neighbor, knock on somebody's door, say, I just want to say hi to you, buy somebody an ice cream cone, do something nice for somebody else, and I'm telling you, you'll always be blessed. And I'm glad that Sandy and I had the opportunity to come into this studio. And 6 months we've been here, 5 months?
Something like that.
It's been one hell of a time to really
Well, plus the 2 years I was in.
Right, so
What about
many
that?
people
Counts
that
for
we
nothing.
brought into the, like Jan, who called on the phone,
Yeah.
you know, and people, like I said, Mike, what am I going to do
And
now?
Steve.
And Steve.
Steve.
You know, the bottom line is that we love yous all, you know, and like I said, it's like anything else. The vicissitudes of life change on a daily basis.
Vicissitudes of life.
That's right.
Change
The
on a daily
vicissitudes of
basis.
life. Okay, you want to make? She's making. She's being flippant.
No, I just like
She's
it. I
being
like the vicissitudes of life.
She's
It sounds very nice on
flippant.
you. It sounds very nice on your
She's being
tongue.
flippant.
The vicissitudes of life. Yes,
She's
the
being
vicissitudes
flippant
of
with
life.
me. See what I mean, ladies
That's
and
like
gentlemen?
John Stiles.
Why you have to be pusillanimous?
What about pusillanimous? Holy cow, pusillanimous. Pusillanimous. Oh my gosh. Okay, pretty soon he's going to start giving us, descriptions of these words. Yeah. So anyway, what else, Michael? What else
Well,
do you
you
have
know
to say?
something? I wish that was Atlantic City. I'd go on the beach right now. I would like to walk on the water. Right now, I feel like walking on the
Oh,
sand.
now he wants to walk on water. Oh my God.
I didn't say that. I said I would like to walk
You said you like to
on the
walk on
beach.
the water.
No, don't say that. I just want to walk on the beach. A shout out to our
We
favorite.
always knew he had hopes of grandeur.
A shout out for our favorite people. And
illusions.
and
Illusions of grandeur. That's
And I
it.
want to come back. When we come back, I want to sing. I want to have my
Hallelujah.
Ladies a Tramp, the last scat part. A shout out to the lady that we
I had to do it in key. I had to recorrect myself.
can't get a word
It's
in.
the key.
Dude,
You know?
Ted Carl keeps his money. The
Hey,
place.
Diana. Hey, Diana.
Diana.
You know what? I got to say thank you again for those biscotti.
Oh, my God.
And, and we've got to get together. Lisa Grosso, Madeline,
Yeah.
and Diana, and Pirco, and myself. We went over there and made those little biscotti. And we did different kinds. We did the ones with anise in it. And we did the ones with the, they did the ones with the chocolate. And they dipped it in chocolate. Oh, my gosh. It was so
How
good.
did she get the shape of that?
And then Pirco made the ones with the apricots in it. What do you mean, how'd they get the shape?
They-
What you do is you make this big blob. No, it's really very easy. You mix everything together. And I can't tell you the ingredients because I don't have it in front of me. But you mixed all the ingredients together in a bowl. And then what you do is you put some flour on the table and then you roll it out. You put it out there and you cut it into two sections and you roll it into like a baguette, almost like a baguette. And then what you do is you bake it in the oven and that's the way it comes out. And then you cut it. Like about, half inch to 1 inch pieces.
Okay.
And depending on how wide you have it, like the ones that Lisa and Madeline made, they were about 4 inches long, 4 to 5 inches long, because they left it all one big piece of dough, when they made theirs. And then I broke mine up, into two. So mine were like, about 3 or 4 inches long. And so then you cut it all up like that. And then you turn it on its side. You put it back on the baking dish and you put it on your side. You put it into the oven and you bake it again because you want them to be really hard. And then also Diana says you can put them in the freezer and you can save them. And you can, take them out and just a little bit at a time.
Wow, that's great.
And
They
they're
are good.
wonderful with
They
tea
are
and
good.
coffee. Yeah.
I like the apricots. That's my favorite.
See, I could be good at this too. I just need the ingredients in front of me.
Sandy,
though.
I'd give a year's salary for you to get in the kitchen and have a little bit of fun. Go
Hey,
ahead.
listen, I've been cooking since I was 4 years
I don't
old.
want
Don't
you
tell
haven't been
me.
cooking for me, sister.
Yeah, well, that's because you moved in and you took over the kitchen, And he gave me this cookbook when he first met me. He said, "Hi, I'm Michael Leonetti, and this is my cookbook. Don't dirty the stove." I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, so let me get in your kitchen." I said, "Okay." Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, folks, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And we haven't taken a break yet. Should we take a little break and let our sponsors be heard?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to hear a little break, and you're going to hear from our sponsors, and maybe a song or two by Sandy Kastel. Luck if you've ever been a lady.
To start your day, this is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Oh, yes. And welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. Chef Michael, why are you sitting so far away from me? You're so far.
John told me to stay here for this shot.
Look at you. You're
John,
like,
you want me to
look
move in
at-
closer?
He looks like the wind is blowing him over there.
All right.
Hey, you got to bring your mic over.
Uh-oh, Bruce is on the phone.
Bruce, hi, Bruce.
Hi, Bruce.
Hey there.
Hey.
I'm not going to hold long because I want to hear you sing that beautiful song. I just want to tell you that your show is just great. And Chef Michael, I know your food is good. I just was thinking about you, too, when you were talking about your beautiful home. When we get ready for the concert, I'll be there. But I just want to tell you that you're doing really good. I think you're going to do great TV, too.
Thank
So
you,
I just
Bruce.
wanted to call early to let you know how much you love and miss. And you're very classy. And I love you. I love how you used to sing Mystic. But listen, let me let you get back. I just want to let you know the show sounds so good out here. I had to call in, okay?
Well, thank you, Bruce. And that is Bruce the Commodore. And he is on, Saturday nights for 3 hours?
Yeah, 7 to 9 to 12.
Do you know when you're on?
That's when you need me. You all keep rocking it, okay?
All right, thanks a lot, Bruce. We appreciate it.
Bye now.
Thank you. Okay. See, that's our team. That's our team. Wonderful. And I know we're going to miss it too, and every day now. But, the thing of it is, like I said, we are working on some other projects. Michael's got a book he's working on. I've got, we've got a show we're working on. And, sometimes it's just like you have to say, what are we going to do? We got to go to TV. We're going to be doing this. But also we'll be sharing things and tidbits with everybody online. And so you'll be able to check everything out on SandyCastellandFriends.com. SandyCastellandFriends.com. Check that out. And we're also on Facebook and Twitter, even though I'm sorry to say we're not very good at Twitter. But, Facebook, we do try to keep everybody posted on what we're doing. And so we hope that you'll keep tuning in to all of our shows, and you'll be, watching us on Channel 6 and 33 and wherever else, any of the other cable channels, and, we might be on. We'll let you all know. Ryan, what are you doing? John, what? What are you trying to say?
They can DVR the show.
They can DVR the show. What is DVR?
You record your TV show.
Oh, you can
DVR to watch it later.
Oh, you can record. Oh, you can save it to watch it later. Oh, and record it. For those of us who don't know what DVR is, but you're right. I remember now. There's a machine, an extra thing that you get for your box that you get for your TV or something like that.
Dish and Direct all provide
DVR. They all provide that. John Stiles. Thank you so much, John Stiles. So in case we are on at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning or 2 a.m. at night, then and you're not sober enough to watch. Anyway, then you can also DVR it, and that means you'll be able to watch it at your convenience. But also we'll be posting it up on the website too, like they do on all the other network stations. They always have it on their own website. Michael, you look so nice today.
Thank you very much.
You've got your nice black suit. You've got your red tie, your red...
The shirt is a... I just found out that Donald Trump closed his place in Atlantic City.
I know.
Ain't that a shame? That? Well, it was inevitable, folks. Years ago, it was just Vegas. In 1974, everybody came to Vegas in the 60s.
Viva Las Vegas.
No more.
It's still Viva Las Vegas. Yes.
You can't.
Yes.
The weather's great. But like I said, people, Philadelphia, I didn't know South Philly had gaming.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of towns that have gaming now. I was back there in Atlantic City in 1976, folks, for the Miss America pageant. I was on that stage singing for over 30,000 people. It was amazing. Yeah. And I was in Atlantic City. I walked the boardwalk, and then last year you took me back there to Atlantic City, and we walked the boardwalk.
It's funny,
and a lot has changed there. And I think that's part of the challenge. I guess it's changed, and so all these hotels have closed down.
I got to say something. I traveled all over the world, and if I had to go someplace, one last place before I died, for instance,
where would it be?
It wouldn't be the Caribbean or Hawaii. It would be Atlantic City. I would want to walk the boardwalk, because the last time we were down there, Sam, I would walk on the boardwalk. All my friends, they're dead, gone, locked up, whatever the case may be. They're somewhere. You know what I mean? Families gone. The grandmothers that I once knew are all dead. The mothers. My mother's 85.
But you keep them alive by your cooking,
right? But for me, it's a little. It's just amazing.
It's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic for me, and I loved. When we walked on a boardwalk, remember how cold it was?
Well, it was. But I don't understand. They just took the Miss America pageant back there, this year. Yeah, to Atlantic City. They moved it back there. So it's kind of interesting that this is happening now. Because for the longest time we did have the Miss America pageant out here. And who is that? Shiny Mohawk.
Not Shiny Mohawk.
Hi, Shiny Mohawk Jason. How are you?
Good morning.
Shiny Mohawk. Shiny Mohawk.
Good morning.
This is a call of appreciation for last night.
Oh,
that's all right,
and
buddy.
I'm still in awe, and I think I'm flabbergasted too. I don't know what that means, but
flabbergasted or flabberblasted.
Anyways, I'm flabbergasted, and I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank Chef Michael for the Giancarlo.
Giancarlo, Jolie.
Oh, you mean the characters that portray these people? Well, you know something. There's people in our life that come into our life and as angels, and we always look for somebody with wings and a bright figure. But believe me, folks, God sends his chosen, his other people that we can recognize. Like in my life, Sandy was an angel to me that came into my life. Her father, her mother, you know what I mean? And when you and your girlfriend came into our lives, you were like angels. You come to every show.
Wow.
You stay. You go there at 6 o'clock to get a seat. You're the last one to leave. You help me pack my drums up. You know what I'm trying to say to you? You worry about.
We love doing that.
I know, and that's so nice of you to do that. You know what I mean? And it's nice. And I want to tell you something.
We can't let you do all that work, you know.
No, that's okay. But we want you to know that Sandy and I, we appreciate not only you guy being a fan, but being a friend, which is really nice. And we do thank you.
Same here.
That.
Thank you so much.
I
don't want to take up all your time here, so I'm gonna get going. But I just want to let you know that we really appreciate all this, and especially last night.
Well, we appreciate everything you guys do for us. Thank you so much, okay? And,
thank you.
It was great hearing you sing the blues last night.
Oh, thank you. I hope you like that.
With Bobby Jones. Yes, thank you so much. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
Well, tomorrow is Wednesday.
You know, wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking the other day, and Michael asked me yesterday or last night. He said, Sandy, what do you want to be remembered for? And you know, I said I want to be remembered for inspiring people, and I know he's the same. You know, the thing of it is look, we've all been blessed. We have a lot of opportunities put before us that are really great. We've got a lot of great people around us, and we can't say thank you enough. And all we want to do is turn around and inspire others to be the best that you can be, and enjoy life, and be with the people that love you and care about you. And anybody else, forget about them. Okay. So my mom said, if anybody puts you down, just forget about them. Okay? So listen, have a wonderful day. And Chef Michael?
Yes, Sandy.
We'll see you again tomorrow morning with Ricky Cash and Aaron Phillips here on Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Bye. Have a great day. Watch for us on YouTube today.
We love you.
Bye.
Fortune won and lost on.